Hey everybody, hope everyone's having a great summer so far. Welcome to SMG Viewers Comments episode number 103. Let's get right to it.
Hey man, I was wondering what bands you have mixed and mastered and where I can hear the music.
Well, you can hear it all over YouTube. I used to have a discography page, but my website was hacked a few years ago, and quite frankly, I just haven't had time to rebuild it because there's a huge database of stuff that goes back years and years and years, and I just don't have time to fuck with it because I'd rather be making new content for you guys to check out. Honestly, it just doesn't seem like a thing to invest my time in because 20 people are going to check out that website and that's about it, whereas, the traffic's here. If you do want to check some stuff out, you can check out the first two Woods of Ypres records. That would be Cold Winter Songs, or Against the Seasons, Cold Winter Songs, and The Dead Summer Heat, and Pursuit of the Sun and the Lure of the Earth. Those are two ones that did really well. You can check out the 2009 album by Betrayer. I tracked and produced that, and that was mixed by Frederick Nordstrom and Hendrik Oud, and that was a really cool fucking record as well. The first couple Assassinate the Following records, Massacre of the North, that was mine. The guitar player in that is currently on tour with a band called Oni. Those guys were touring with Children of Bodom earlier this year. Did a bunch of stuff with Aquila, Bloodshot Eye, Perpetuate. Perpetuate's got a video online. You can check that out. I've done tons of stuff actually over the years. But thank you very much for asking.
Hey Glenn, I fully agree on your points on Autotune. I was arguing with someone and told them it takes out all the emotion. The person says, well, maybe that's the emotion they're trying to achieve. I had no idea what to say. How do I talk to some sense into such a dumbass? P.S. Like the videos, greets from Holland.
Hey man, greets from Canada. Unfortunately, sometimes you just can't fix stupid. There's no point in arguing with somebody when you're just bashing your head into a brick wall. Let him make records that suck if he wants to. You can't really stop him from doing that. The only thing you could possibly do is maybe, if you have a vocalist in the studio, tell them you're turning off the autotune and they're gonna have to fucking sing for their supper.
If you had the chance to record Metallica's next album, would you do it? Thanks in advance.
I don't know. That's a fucking tough question, to be honest with you. I read this a few years ago, and I don't know how true this is or not, but it seems like most artists have their really prolific songwriting period between, say, age 25 and 35. That's when a lot of bands do their best work, is in that age group. And Metallica, that ship has definitely sailed. Those guys are in their 50s. Same with Megadeth. Honestly, I don't know. If I had a chance to record, like early 90s era Metallica, yeah, I would jump at the chance. If I had a chance to record Priest in their, late 70s to mid 80s reign, that would have been fucking magnificent. Honestly, it's been 27 years since Priest had a truly magnificent record, which was Painkiller. They've had a couple good songs, but they haven't done a truly stupendous album since. And that's just the case with a lot of artists. So I don't know if I'd want to work with somebody that established, that already has a sound or whatnot. Honestly, I think there's some really cool shit coming out of countries, like India, Indonesia, and say Jordan, and a lot of Middle Eastern countries. I think a lot of those bands have a great deal to say because they're struggling to play their fucking music, and I think that shit needs to get out there because I think that music's gonna come through a lot stronger. Same with a lot of Japanese bands. If I had a chance to work with maybe Maximum the Hormone or something like that, that'd be really fucking cool to check out as well. I don't know. I just haven't heard anything coming out of the West recently that's really piqued my interest. Maybe The Sword, that would be a cool fucking record to do. But damn fine question.
Do you guys have any tips and ideas to mix EQ stringed instruments? I play a rather strange instrument called the Tagelharpa. It is a wooden box string with horsehair, sort of. I think I'll play it in a metal project soon and need some tips and suggestions.
My suggestion, bring a couple of different mics and see what works the best. Doing the Protocol records is always fun because I get to mic up all kinds of weird instruments. They bring in harps and psalteries and recorders and that kind of shit. The solution there isn't so much what to do with EQ, it's to have a couple different microphone types on hand. Bring a dynamic, bring a condenser, and bring a ribbon mic, because a ribbon mic can be great for a lot of those ethnic instruments because they tend to have a lot of really screaming top end, and a nice ribbon mic can kind of smooth that out a little bit and make it a lot more pleasant on the ears.
Some cities have ordinances against hanging flyers from certain types of utility poles. Be aware of your local ordinances, kids. A $50 ticket is about 2 sets of strings, which are important.
Yes, they are. Interesting point on this. I remember this happened in, say, the early 90s in Peterborough, Ontario, where a kid was fined for putting up flyers on utility poles. He took the case to court on constitutional grounds and won because the city hadn't bothered to put up any kind of a place for people to put flyers up. The judge says, look, this is interfering with free expression, so you can put it up on utility poles. So that goes in Canada, actually. You can use a utility pole to put up a flyer as long as there isn't an already public space to put stuff up. Just be careful about that. I'm not sure how it works down the States. Be careful before you start putting stuff up. That's all I'm going to say about that. And anybody else, yes, check your local laws and make sure you're well within your rights before you start posting anything up. And when you do post stuff up, make sure you videotape just in case there's any trouble. Good luck to you guys.
Oh shit, that guy is from Poland? What a cunting disgrace to our country's community.
Oh, you're talking about the true metal people guy. Yeah, we'll let it slide. They made some for a damn funny t-shirt. Thanks, man.
I wish your shirts had print on the back, maybe just a Spectre logo on front, so people could find out that their bass player is a useless cunt in traffic when I'm riding my motorcycle. Keep up the great work. You're fighting the good fight.
By request, I've made a Rule Number 2 dual-sided t-shirt. It's available in the SpectreMedia.ca shop. Has the SMG logo up here and the Rule Number 2 logo on the back. The link's in the description below. Be sure to check that out. Thanks for asking.
TJ looks like a ghetto Wolverine.
I don't know. I was thinking more like Mungo Jerry.
So does the Countryman Type 85 serve as a load box? If so, it might well be the cheapest such a device in existence.
No, it does not. It's merely a speaker pass-through, so you can record your speaker signal on its way to a speaker. You still have to have a load on your tube amp. Do not turn your amp on, not plugged into a speaker. What you're talking about is something coming out real soon from Two Notes. It's called the Torpedo Captor, and it's basically a torpedo live without the digital onboard impulses. So yeah, wait till that one comes out. Believe me, that one's going to be bigger than the Beatles.
You give us a 45-second video and call it a bonus video? That sounds like a birthday blowjob just lasting longer.
Oh, sorry about that, man. That's actually my mailing list newsletter video. I put those out once a week, once every 2 weeks. I've been kind of delinquent with them lately because I've been doing too much other stuff. But yes, newsletter subscribers get a bonus video where they get discount codes and all kinds of cool stuff, that being one of them. So sorry about that. I accidentally put that public instead of unlisted. Hit the wrong button there. My bad. I took it down when I figured it out. But seriously, though, that sale at the Pro Mix Academy is going on this week. And it's 40% off on all the lessons, including Galacticon, Motorhead, and even the more expensive ones like the Echo Bar one. 40% off. That is a massive freaking savings. You can get it this week only, so if you've ever wanted to get anything from Pro Mix Academy and see what it's like to mix stellar tracks and learn how to get stellar tracks, check them out. They're absolutely can't be beat.
Have you ever tried making electronic music? And by electronic music, I mean slamming MIDI notes into your DAW and hoping for the best. Yes, that's what they all do, right? Yes, I know, electronic music, just curious.
Yes, actually I have, especially back in the early 90s. You know, we were using really primitive stuff on a DOS system. Actually, on my 386, I started getting screwing around with electronic music in mod file format, where, you know, you'd take samples, you'd tune them up and tune them down and put them all kinds of crazy stuff. And those were a lot of fun. I actually remember making some custom samples up, and it'd take about maybe 4 hours. With all the conversions and stuff you had to go through to actually get around to making the sound work. It was a huge pain in the ass. It's nothing like what we have today. And then I got my Roland sound canvas sometime around 93, I think, and started doing MIDI compositions on that, and, you know, wrote a couple of really long and intense classical pieces just to see where I could take the music. And that was a lot of fun too. I actually still have that card. It's an old Isaac card. It's about that freaking long. And fortunately, it doesn't need an operating system. I've got an old PC desktop that I use just as a power supply for the card, and I'll control it by MIDI because it still has one of my absolute favorite tubular bell sounds on it ever. So yeah, electronic music, yes, it can be fun. And the drummer's really good at counting to 4.
Glenn, I keep hearing you talk about college degrees that don't get you jobs, so I was wondering if you can give us a clue as to what kind of degrees you can get in music that will land you a stable job. Is it really that unreal to get job adjusting levels at concerts or designing audio-friendly rooms? Give me something, man!
Well, unfortunately, most of those jobs go to people with experience, so yeah, you're pretty much fucked. You want to get a job out of college, go into computer programming because the world needs coders. We need those a lot more than we need sound guys. Seriously. Look into it.
32 sample buffer and massive project. I guess you have it as Thunderbolt and not USB.
Well, you, sir, guessed wrong. I'm actually on USB and not Thunderbolt because I'm a PC. Yeah, USB works fantastic on PC. Thunderbolt, maybe not so much. I'm not putting Windows 10 on my machine anyway. Fuck that shit. So I'm staying on Windows 7 and using USB, and it works fucking flawlessly.
Oh, come on, take that shitty looking foam off the headstock and just put heat shrink tubing between the strings. Much cleaner and works.
Yeah, I just don't have time for that bullshit. I need something that works, and I need to get work done. You know, the last thing I'm concerned about is how the guitar looks, especially in a fucking recording studio. It's not going on stage. Who gives a shit? Priorities, people. Fuck. It's like, oh, did you get a new computer? Yes. Well, what color is it? Who gives a fuck?
Hey, Glenn, I know you're trying to do YouTube full time, but once you get to that point, are you still going to record bands?
Short answer, yes. I've just taken some steps to make sure I'm still going to have those services offered. I'm a little booked up right now for the next little bit, but stay tuned. I'll have some announcements as to what's going on there. So yes, the recording will still very much happen.
Okay, that's it. I'm gonna turn tricks so I can afford better equipment.
Yeah, the Army Fireface UFX isn't exactly what I'd call cheap, but oh, it sounds oh so stellar. But good luck with the turning tricks thing. Usually people pay money for sex with good-looking people, so guess you're kind of fucked. All right, that's it for this show, guys. Please support the show via Patreon. That's patreon.com/SMG. We've got some really cool rewards for you guys, including some unique merchandise and possibly some signed studio gear. I'm just working out the details for that at the moment, but your support is very much appreciated. And that's it. I will see you guys next weekend.